This is the video that will set you free, because we are talking about originality. Maybe you are afraid that you are not being original enough, and you want to understand what is originality and how to be more original. But stick around, because at the end we're gonna have a breakthrough that you don't want to miss. Your canvas is set up on the table. All your colors are prepared, and the brush is in your hand like a magic wand waiting to be waved. But nothing happens. There is no magic. Miracles are not happening. The etymological source of the word original is the Latin word origo, which means the source or the origin. This term is used to define something that has that original quality, something that is absolutely new and unique, never been seen and done before. Some people define originality as the ability to think and act individually, without anybody's influence. Also, to define something that is completely new and fresh, not derived from anything else. In ancient times, this term used to make sense. However, I don't think that's no longer the case. This term, in my opinion, is now overrated and makes no sense at all. Other than its semantic value and its meaning, this term holds no weight, and I will explain to you why. But first, let me read to you something that I found on the internet when I was doing research about this subject. What exactly is originality? Originality is the creative bedrock that spawns fresh ideas, unique perspective, and remarkable inventions. It is the key that unlocks the doors to uncharted territories, the spark that ignites the revolutions, and the magic wand that transforms the ordinary into extraordinary. This is wrong. This is what is wrong with terms like originality, creativity, inspiration. This is garbage, and this is all over the place. Every time you do a search about originality, creativity, inspiration, you come up with the same garbage. This is. In a previous video, I talked about the 5 myths about creativity that I think are the most important, or at least the most malignant. One of those myths is the idea that creativity comes from an external source of inspiration or a connection with the universe. Something that is completely false. It makes no sense. There is no pure genesis. There are no miracles. There is no inspiration or divine inspiration to produce ideas, to produce creativity. We have to stop referring to creativity, innovation, and originality as a product of magic, as a product of divine inspiration or a connection with the universe, because that's ridiculous. That's not how it works. That is a false delusion that is very detrimental to our relationship with ourselves and the understanding of our natural abilities. There is no genesis. There are no miracles. There is no magic. There is only our brain. The term original used to make sense before, when we didn't have an understanding of how the brain works. Now, when we know how the brain works, how the creative process works, how we gather and process information, and how we use those resources to mix and combine ideas to generate new and better improved ideas, it makes no sense to think of a genesis, a miracle, something that is created out of the ether. There are no original ideas. What we have is original ways to combine, transform, adapt, reinterpret those ideas. If we understand that originality is just a term whose only value is its semantic and its meaning, we can finally free ourselves from its repressing grip. Chasing originality is like the proverbial dog chasing its tail. We're running a running circle, chasing for something that is attached to our being. One of the instances in which talking about originality is legitimate is when we are talking about your individual identity. The fear of not being original is completely unfounded. You are original by definition and by biology. Nobody can experience life the way you do. Nobody can experience the world with the same cognitive filter that you have. Two siblings raised in the same household, with the same parents, with the same education and in the same conditions will experience life in different ways. Contrary to the popular belief, originality is not about creating something unprecedented. That is too much pressure. Originality is more about taking existing ideas and infusing them with your own personality, your own experiences, with your own perspective and creativity, and creating something new and fresh out of it, something that is yours. Remember, it's not about reinventing the wheel, it's more about giving it a new spin. Embrace your quirks and passions and take advantage of your peculiarities. Embracing your authenticity is not an easy task. It is a lot of work. It takes knowing yourself, getting familiar with the intricacies of your own personality and your own individuality. It takes a lot of effort, discipline, but it's totally worth it. A lot of people spend their entire lives not knowing who they are or what they want from life. And this is something that I'm committed to do here in this channel. I'm committed to at least try to give you the tools that will help you find that identity, that individuality, and that creativity and that sense of originality. The breakthrough that I promise you. Understand that being original is not a real problem because you already are original. Nobody sees lives in the same way that you do. Nobody has your experiences, nobody has your values, nobody has your skills. If you're not familiar with those, then get to work. Start knowing yourself. Start working on developing that person that you want to be. I will be with you trying to give you the tools that you need to reach that goal. That's why it's important that you subscribe to this channel. Support this content because I will be posting exercises, content and ideas for you to develop that individual that you want to be. For you to embrace that authenticity and become that original being that you want to be.